My name is Lexi B. I'm Stanford class of 2011. Yes, and also most recently I was the host of Stanford I Screwed Up, which was very fun. And it's this wonderful opportunity for students at Stanford to discuss their failures and how they succeeded from their failures. I do think at Stanford there is this underground yet very common pressure that we call the duck syndrome for students, where you feel like you always have to be perfect and everyone else around you is not messing up, even though they are. So very much like ducks in a water, where the duck head above the water looks very calm and collective, and below the water the duck is swimming like crazy. And so to be a part of such an amazing event of student performers where they discuss what I would consider, if I was that age, a very, very hard time, and many of them would consider their lowest point in their life, in front of a large crowd on Meyer Green, to overcome it and applaud it, was one of the most invigorating things that I've personally ever witnessed. So I was the host and I had a great time, but I do have to thank those students for inspiring me to be a better person as well. Obviously, Stanford is a beautiful campus, but it's the people at Stanford that very much influenced my life. I would not be who I am today without the people, the students, the faculty, the staff, the people that were my managers for my first jobs on campus, that allowed me to always be unapologetically me, but also allowed critique and love and devotion to make me a better person. So it's really about the Stanford spirit and what does a cardinal look like. Anita Black, who is in, I think, the Office of Student Affairs now, and Jeanette Smith-Laws. They were actually two of my managers on campus. I call them my fairy godmothers, and they were really the women during the end of my Stanford career, junior and senior year, who really pushed me to look outside the envelope and make me just strengthen my character as a person. There were so many people at Stanford that took the time to make sure that I was successful academically and successful professionally. I am very involved in Stanford. Whenever Stanford calls, I answer. I also do a lot of mentorship and talking to current Stanford students with the Career Center about how they can be better. And then obviously with my job, I'm the co-founder of an online magazine called Grown Up Truth, and talking about all of those things that make you human, which I'm very grateful that I can give that knowledge, but I'm also grateful that I still have relationships with Anita and Jeanette, so I can still continue to receive knowledge, right? Because even though I'm an alumni and I'm wise in some areas for an 18-year-old, I'm definitely not wise in so many areas for the rest of my life.